If you are a man between 25 and 50, I need you to lean in and listen, because what I'm about to say might sting, but it will save your life, your family, and your future. Let's be real. A man without money is forced to live life beneath his potential, not because he lacks sense, but because he lacks options. My own mother used to say, a poor man knows what is appropriate, but he settles for less. That's deep. It means you could have taste, standards, and even vision, but if your pockets are empty, you end up swallowing crumbs while watching others feast. And here's the brutal truth. Without money, even your own family struggles to respect you. Your wife, she won't fully respect you, no matter how good your heart is. Your children, especially your daughters, they'll lean toward their mother because she looks like the source of provision. That's why Proverbs 10:15 says, the wealth of the rich is their fortified city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor. The Bible itself tells you, poverty ruins. Not just finances, but respect, confidence, relationships. Let's get personal. Without money, you don't choose your diet. You just eat what's available. But when you have money, you choose your meals, you choose your lifestyle, and you choose peace. Without money, your temper becomes short. You snap over little things. You feel insulted by your wife. You fight for dominance in your own home. But with money, you laugh off disrespect. You don't need to shout because the bank account speaks louder than your words. Money buys you a strange kind of peace because respect follows it. Ecclesiastes 7:12 says it clear. Wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. Both are shields. But without them, you're naked in the battle of life. Let me keep it 100 with you. Without money, you take whatever woman comes your way. Not because you love her, but because you lack choice. A poor man settles, a wealthy man chooses, and in society, people don't care how kind you are. They respect power, and power without money is just noise. And this doesn't just stop at home. At family meetings, if you're broke, nobody listens to you. You can be the elder, but your opinion is dismissed. Meanwhile, the youngest cousin with money suddenly runs the show. Even in church, if you're poor, your suggestions are ignored. If you sin, they'll suspend you, expel you. But if a rich man sins, they'll open the Bible and defend him with King David's story. Don't get mad, that's reality. So hear me. Money doesn't replace God, but it magnifies your voice. Now let's talk about what this means for your 25 to 50 window. These are your critical years. This is when you lock in. If you waste these years chasing empty fun, cheap entertainment, or temporary pleasures, you will pay for it in your 60s and 70s with loneliness and regret. Between 25 and 50, you must be about 5 things: God, discipline, business, physical strength, and family honor. And don't think I'm talking prosperity gospel fluff. 2 Kings 4:1-7 gives us a blueprint. A widow came to Elisha, broke and in debt. The creditors wanted to take her sons as slaves, and Elisha asked her, "What do you have in your house?" She said, "Only a small jar of oil," and Elisha told her to multiply it. That's the principle. God doesn't multiply nothing. He multiplies what you use. Faith is not sitting still. Faith is strategy, execution, and asking God to breathe on your efforts. So, my brother, what's in your house? What skill do you already have? What idea are you sleeping on? Because in this lock-in season, September to December, you don't have time for distractions. Lock in your vision. Meditate daily, even 10 minutes. Like Joshua 1:8 says, meditate on the word day and night, so you will prosper and succeed. Prosperity comes through meditation, not procrastination. And while you're building, watch your lifestyle expenses. The 5 things that drain men the fastest: women, food, fashion, flashy cars, and alcohol. If you don't learn to manage these, you'll work all year and stay broke. Don't flex for people who don't care. Use that money to buy freedom, time and location freedom. By 40, you should already have real estate or business investments working for you. Not because it's sexy, but because one day you'll be old and you won't have the same energy. Plan now. Because old men with money are honored. Old men without money, society uses them, exploits them, and then ignores them. Now that you understand the brutal role money plays in your respect, your family, and your peace, let's talk about the other shield, wisdom. Because let me warn you, money without wisdom destroys. That's why Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. You can get money, but if you don't have wisdom, you'll lose it through foolish choices, bad friends, reckless spending, or women who see you as an ATM. So here's the reality check. Between 25 and 50, your wisdom must grow faster than your income. If your pockets grow, but your mind doesn't, you're only fattening yourself for the slaughter. And let me break this down for you. Wisdom in women. A man without wisdom marries out of desperation. A man with wisdom marries with vision. Proverbs 31:10 asks, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Don't just look for beauty. Beauty will fade. Lock in on character, peace, and alignment with your calling. The wrong woman drains you financially, emotionally, and spiritually. The right woman multiplies multiplies you. Wisdom in time. Psalm 90:12 says, "Teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom." If you're 25, you're not young forever. If you're 40, you don't have time to waste. Stop treating time like it's unlimited. Every wasted year is a wound to your destiny. A wise man understands compound growth in finances, in knowledge, in health, and in relationships. Wisdom in emotions. Without wisdom, small insults trigger rage. Without wisdom, you fight your wife every week. Without wisdom, you burn bridges you should be building. Proverbs 16:32 says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that rules his spirit than he that takes a city." Brother, ruling your emotions is greater than ruling an army. Men who master their emotions are unstoppable because no insult, no woman, no rejection, no failure can throw them off course. Wisdom in legacy. A foolish man only thinks about today. A wise man builds for his children's children. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." Hear that? Not just his kids, his grandkids. If you die and your family starts from scratch, you failed. Build something that outlives you. Now let me take it spiritual. In Ecclesiastes 7:12, we saw that money is a defense and wisdom is a defense. But when they come together, that's when you start moving like Solomon. The Bible says in 1 Kings 10:23, "King Solomon was greater in riches and wisdom than all the other kings of the earth." That's the balance. Riches without wisdom is destruction. Wisdom without provision is frustration. But when they merge, respect follows you everywhere. And here's where most men miss it. You think being godly means being broke. That's a lie. Even spiritual women respond to money. Don't deceive yourself. Your prayer life doesn't exempt you from planning, saving, and investing. God gave Adam work before he gave him Eve. Work is worship. Provision is power. Let me get even sharper. If you're between 25 and 30, that's your skill-building decade. Don't waste it chasing clout or partying every weekend. Lock in, learn, build mastery. That's your oil, like the widow in 2 Kings 4. If you're in your 30s, you should already be stabilizing income streams, avoiding financial drains, and putting foundations in place. By 40, you should already be planting generational trees. Real estate, businesses, investments that work while you sleep. And by 50, brother, you should be operating in wisdom so deep that your children call you blessed and your enemies can't move you. But let me close this with one heavy truth. Respect cannot be begged. You don't demand it by shouting, "Don't you know I'm your husband?" Number. Respect is the fruit of wisdom and provision. When you're stable financially and spiritually, you don't chase honor. Honor chases you. So if you're 25 to 50, listen to me carefully. This is your lock-in season. Don't waste your prime years chasing comfort. Sacrifice now so you can sit in honor later. Because the reality is this: the world won't wait for you. Your wife won't wait for you. Your children won't wait for you. Either you step up and build, or life will treat you like you never mattered. The choice is yours, brother. And if you're still watching till this time, I just want to say, I love you. This was The Anointed, and I'll see you in the next video.